And welcome back to another week of The Take. First, I want to say thanks. I met the other night Dave down at China House. Thanks for watching, Dave. Thanks for tuning in. Tonight's guest, we had the lovely Lindsey Barbuto. Finally came on, so I know everybody's been waiting since the first show we had Renee on, but this is the next female that we actually had on. How's your night?
Pretty good.
Yeah? Just got out of a football game, right?
I did.
Yeah.
Freshman game. I lost.
Lost?
They played well, though.
Yeah, that's good. Now, just talking about like injuries and stuff like that, what's the most common injury that you see, like maybe not even so much football, but just throughout all the sports?
Overall, probably just like tendinitis, mostly. It's just overuse of injuries because most athletes play like 3 sports, so they just never really get a chance to rest. So it's usually tendinitis. You
think it's better to play 3 sports as opposed to playing 1 and just kind of constantly putting the same stress on maybe a throwing arm or knees or something like that?
I don't think it really matters.
Yeah.
You're so young. I think it's just a matter of taking care of your body. A lot of them don't stretch or they don't ice after, and I think it's more about maintaining and taking care of yourself, which high schoolers definitely don't do.
No, they don't. So. Well, I know like my kid's trainers actually, he did this thing called prehab, and they used to work the muscles prior to getting injury. So it's almost like they pretend you're injured, so you work that muscle like you had an injury occur, but you really didn't, but it's just kind of strengthening it beforehand. And so he was doing that, and I know that kind of worked out pretty well. I mean, they still got injured here or there, but football's a contact sport, and that happens sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. Absolutely.
So, but it's good to have her on tonight. It's been great. So, I finally get a chance to get you back on. I haven't seen you all year because I don't have, Jeremy's no longer there. So
you're not there anymore.
No, it's not fun anymore. Now I have to drive 3 hours to go see him play, and I don't even get to have fun, with you and Casey are on the sideline, all that. So it's always good to see you guys down there and, go joke with you before the end of practice. And,
I know. I miss our daily chats.
I know. Those were fun. So we had that, and it was all good. But, yeah, and then Chris Daly, who's now the new athletic director. You play tennis with him. I do. Yeah. I'm his tennis partner in the Wallingford Tennis League, and we have fun. See? But I was excited that he got the job, just so it was an easy transition for me. Yeah, I think he's gonna be great for the job. I like Chris. We always talked about beforehand going down to wherever we went after the games, but this library stuff like that. But but that was a fun thing. Yeah, I mean, Chris he's a great guy, and I think when I saw that he actually got the job, I thought that was great. I said, oh, wow, this is pretty awesome. So this is what she needs right now to get back on track with a bunch of things. Oh, absolutely. It helps that he was a coach of 3 sports. So, he actually has a coaching background, which I think is really important. That is, because, the students, the athletes, he's been in both places, so I think it kind of sees both sides of everything. Absolutely. So it's going to be good. I look forward to seeing what he does in the next couple of years. It's going to be fun. So, and then you're there with him, too. So I know. Yeah. Now, who carries the load when you guys play tennis? Is it him or is it you? He's actually pretty good. Is he? He's a lot better than I am. I hate to admit it, but he is. Yeah. That's not bad. It's pretty good. You have to, I'm terrible at tennis, so I can't say anything. He always laughs, but he's a Browns fan, so. What do they know? They don't know much, but they're actually doing pretty good. That's the sad part. It's always those teams. I know. They sneak up on you. You think you're going to kill them, and then you go out there and you lay down for a half, and next thing you know, you're in a game. Yeah. Yeah. So Chris, if you're watching this, we don't like the Browns. It's terrible. And no, that's why we couldn't have you on, because a lot of times you were playing with him on Wednesday nights. So I know. That's why all summer you asked me tonight. I'm like, I'm free. Yeah. Let's do this. About time. Yeah. Because we have some good issues we have to cover. We have a lot of issues. Yeah, we do. So let's get to it. No, one of them was, the other day I got a text from her, and I just opened it up, thinking it's just this basic text, hi, hello, or maybe I need something at the garden center, something like that. But I got this text, and I open it up, and it's from YouTube. And all of a sudden, it's just this ungodly chewing on an apple. And the one thing we both have in common is it's funny because we both, when I was coaching and she was training, we always said, oh, my God, it's terrible to hear that. We didn't like people like loose lips. The sound of people chewing. It's horrible. Loose lips. Loose lips, And that's exactly, we were like, but I heard that and I was just like, oh my God, I told you, I had nightmares the whole night. It was terrible.
It was probably the worst sound ever.
It's god awful. It really is.
I can take an initial crunch of biting into something, but after that, kind of close your mouth.
I know. It's like you're in a Chinese restaurant or something like that. You know, it's like this is their custom. Is this the way to eat like that? I was like, oh my God. But that was just brutal. I couldn't believe that. When but we've talked about that many times, and we just think that that's, you know, not appropriate. You know, proper etiquette.
No, there's no need to keep your mouth open that whole time.
No need at all.
Actually, I think it's harder. I think it's hard. I've tried chewing with my mouth open to annoy the person who's doing it, and you just can't.
You can't. No, you can't even replicate the same sound. No, it's like they've mastered it.
Right.
Yes.
I can't even enjoy the food because I'm trying to chew it so loudly.
It's just, you can't.
I don't know how they do it.
It's gotta take more. It's like frowning. You know, they say it's easier to smile and you use less muscles to smile than you do to frown.
Right.
And I believe the same thing in that. You know,
chewing.
There's got to be some kind of jaw damage, some TMJ or something like that has to be caused by something.
Maybe, or there's bad manners.
It is bad manners. And that's what, you know, I was talking a couple of weeks ago too. It was like, you know, today I just think, I don't know if it's the Women Live movement or something like that, but guys aren't the same to women. Like, hold the door for a lady, open a car door for a lady, do something, but it's like terrible because I look at my daughter and I'm like, oh my God, somebody better step up because this is bad.
No, they don't do that anymore.
No.
What is wrong with America?
That's what, you know, a lot of these shows have been on. It's been, what are we turning into? You know, all of a sudden we're just sliding down the tubes here. I don't even know. We used to be this powerhouse and this great country, and all of a sudden we're just letting all that slide and letting it all go. And it's sad. It's sad to watch because, you know, you want to have children soon and all that, and it's like, I already have them, and it's like, what are we leaving behind? Where are they going to be?
And I see how it changed so much since I'm only 28. And it's changed so much. It's sad to see what it's going to be like when I'm freaking 48.
Yeah. No, it's terrible.
I'll have more loose lips.
Oh. People.
Everywhere.
No, it's true. I think maybe people have a bone on their chest or something so they don't drop their jaw or whatever. I don't know.
A brace or something?
It's be crazy. There's something will evolve out of this. Some sort of evolution will come out of that. But it is, you know, you see that. Or snapping of gum. You know, this has become an Olympic event, I believe, because that is brutal. You can't even go to the movies anymore. Yeah.
I don't mind the occasional bubble blow.
Yeah.
But, like, you can chew gum with your mouth closed.
You can.
I think the whole point of chewing gum is to freshen your mouth. When your mouth is open, you're losing all the fresh mint scent.
Right out the door.
Right out.
Yeah, right out there. And the best times to go to the movies, by the way, Sunday night, Monday night, Wednesday night, and Thursday night. It's like you have a theater in your own house. It really is. You have the screen to yourself. There's like 6 people in there.
Tuesdays?
Usually.
No way.
No.
Forget Tuesdays.
Tuesdays is that's already banned. Just right to the get-go.
Tuesdays, Friday nights, can't do it.
No, even Saturdays. You got to pull Saturday out of the mix.
Unless like a matinee.
Yeah, unless it's an older movie. That's the only time you get away with the Friday or Saturday movie, if it's like almost ready to be taken out and go into Blu-ray or whatever.
It's like a kid hangout there.
Yeah, it is, and that is true. But you know, getting back to the whole
gum.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I don't know what's worse, is gum or just like an apple.
I'd say both. I wouldn't even say, you know, it's just all of them have to be. You know, we have the lady in here and she's cooking, and so all that, you know, she does the show here, and I just think, I was like, God, you know, they don't tell you how to eat, but you think that would be just something that you pick up, and you don't. I don't know. I always tell my kids not to. I was like, that's kind of annoying. Don't do that. And they can, you know, they'll tell you. I mean, I was kind of a dictator when it came to that, because that's just pet peeve. So.
Oh my God, my kid could be 2 years old, 2 miles open. Go to your room.
Yeah.
I'm not dealing with that.
Yeah, or I'll put some kind of like elastic band around them, so it's like harder, you know. So whatever.
It's more exhausting to keep it open.
Yeah, be like, listen.
You gotta do something.
This much space. Cut your food up, I guess. I don't know. What is the? I really have to speak to one of these people and find out what the issue is. Are they not cutting it in small enough pieces?
I don't know. My husband does it, and he says that he tries to get all the flavor out, and he does that by keeping his mouth open. I don't really buy into it.
I don't know about that.
I think it's just the only excuse he can come up with.
I've never heard about that. That's just crazy.
Sometimes I have to like turn up the TV just because I can't hear because he's chewing.
That's You know, that I love sound. I love white noise, whatever it is. I want the sound. I'll have humidifiers, dehumidifiers battle in and out in the room just because it's sound. I get it in stereo. You know, it's full size.
You can't be completely quiet with someone else eating. No. I have to start eating something just so I can like be in the
drown
same
it
room.
out. Yeah, you have to. You have to grab the Tostitos or something like that, just so inside you're
exactly
balanced with what's going on outside of what's going on. And that's what people don't understand is that, we're not saying it's a bad thing, that bad, but it's crazy. It's just like, we were talking about this many a times, and we're like, what is going on? There's got to be
a reason.
Yeah. And I told you, that's why I loved football, because baseball was totally different, because you'd have guys chewing gum all the time and just
constantly
annoy me.
spitting and
seeds. Seeds I didn't mind so much. That was the lesser
the big gum?
that was the lesser of the two evils. Spitting, the seeds, not as bad. Even
football, you got nothing.
Nothing. You have a mouthpiece. It's great. You want gum? Go ahead. Get your teeth knocked out. It's not going to help. But yeah, no, that's why I loved it. I love the sport of football. One of them. One of the reasons why I loved it. But that's why I went to that way. And I don't know. Looking ahead, like you say, where is it going to go from here? I don't know. Nobody seems to discipline that at all. Like it's not an issue. It's a non-issue. One of my favorite college professors, she wouldn't let anybody chew gum in the class. If you did that, right away she'd come over with a basket. You lost your privilege. Not just for that class, the next class too, which was, I told her, I said, I love you. You're the best teacher I've ever had.
I have to start doing that to people.
Yeah, just go over
I'll just take the whole plate, the whole dinner plate, and just dump it.
Yeah.
You lost it.
Maybe tomorrow. Try again.
Maybe.
No, it can be done. You can reverse that.
People need to do that to stop it.
And everybody doesn't like it. And that's just one of the topics that, everybody, it's like the elephant in the room. Nobody wants to talk about it, but it's there.
And it annoys everyone.
Everybody, except for chewers.
Except for the chewers.
They accept it.
I think they have no choice but to accept it.
But how?
I don't know.
Are their ears less? Did
the noise of the crunch hurt their hearing?
That must be. They must, because you can heighten other senses. So maybe they have better sight than us. They can see the thing coming towards them. They lose their hearing.
They can't hear over their own chewing. Do you hear other people chew? Maybe.
Well, Matt said his taste buds have heightened, so maybe his taste has heightened now, but his ears have diminished.
Maybe. And he does have TMJ.
See what I'm talking about?
It's all related.
Any dentists out there, any orthodontist, there should be a study. Harvard should do this. This would be something. I mean,
about why people chew with their mouth open?
Global warming has nothing to do. That's probably what's causing the ozone. It's that. It's bad breath coming out of someone's mouth that's been chewing.
Maybe.
I'm not saying Matt
over
has bad
time.
breath, but I'm just saying in general. There's probably a lot of people out there with halitosis that have done this.
They should do a study.
A real study. This should be.
Then we could get some answers.
This is what we need.
That's what we need.
Answers to this, because this is an issue that is ongoing now for at least my life. And I'm 43, so this has been going on since I've been like 2, and I've noticed this stuff. And it's been brought to my attention.
You're 2.
At least 2, yeah. It didn't bother me when I was 1, but after that it really started. Yeah.
2, 3's really kicked in.
Yeah, just knew as a baby that it wasn't right. Yeah, I didn't like it.
So you were brought up right.
No, that's exactly. I was always
parents.
taught that. Yeah. And we always, my grandfather didn't have any teeth. He didn't have any teeth. And he used to laugh because we used to say he used to clean his nose with his lower jaw. The lip would hit his nose. Oh. He'd be like, oh. I couldn't eat with my grandfather. Loved the guy, but yeah.
He would still eat food?
Yeah.
Would you mush it up?
I would try to.
That's a lot of smacking.
There's a lot there. And like I said, loved the man, but I couldn't eat with him. Never. Gotta go. Going back home. See you about a half hour when you're done with that. But it was funny. We always joke about that. And then there's certain things. We had, my brother-in-law always laughs because he said, I never even thought about this stuff till you brought it to my attention. He said, now it's frustrating to him. So it's funny. So we've kind of adopted this, new theory for him. And he never, like I said, never ever even thought about it. And then all of a sudden he came and lived with us, and next thing you know, it was all annoying to him. He goes, I can't believe that. That's terrible. It was like...
See, people just need to be made aware.
There is no awareness. Because, again, the people who should be saying something don't say anything anymore because we're the bad guys. If you say something, you're the bad guys. And we're not the bad guys. And, you know, it's live and let live. But, my God, when you're altering something else, it's like a smoker. You know, if you want to smoke, I have no problem with you smoking. But, you know, don't smoke where people want to smoke. Or, you know.
They should have, like, an awareness day for, like, lip smackers.
They should.
Like, chew with your mouth closed awareness day.
Exactly. That's what it should be. It should be, you know, you walk into a room and you say, wow, this is nice and peaceful, almost like a library. You know, you should go in there. That's
what a cafeteria should sound like, a library.
It should be. It should be just like that. You know, maybe a little crumpling of a bag opening up, like you say.
A little soft conversation.
Yeah, absolutely, that's right, mixed in.
I shouldn't be able to hear what you're eating.
Or see. Or see. There is nothing worse than seeing processed food already going down.
No, there's no need for that.
It's bad enough when it comes up and people are sick. We can deal with that. But going down, don't want to see it. No, it's not pleasant.
I have a pretty strong stomach. I don't even want to see it coming back up.
No, nobody. I know that's one of your.
Yeah, I hate that.
I know.
I can take blood, guts, anything,
all
but
that.
puke. Oh,
no,
can't do it.
Can't do it. No, I know that, but just, but it's almost like, you know, it's happening. You know, it's pretty because you don't know. You never know with these people. It could be coming back up. You're like, should I duck? What should I do? I don't know. That's the thing.
You never know.
He just put it in. How is that out so fast? He must be full. And it's like, what is going on? But it's funny. But those are the things we talk about when we'd be in the, you know, she'd be sitting in the cart bundled up with like 50 blankets. And, you know, I'd come over and I'd be like, oh, my God, what is that going on over there? It's horrible.
I get cold.
Yeah. No, not that. But
with the chewing.
Something else, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I envied you because a lot of times you'd bundle up and you'd have less, you know, it's because you had so many layers, you could hear less because of the layers. So that was always a good thing. I was like, God, I wish I had that blanket.
Seep through.
Yeah. It does seep through, but at least it's kind of
muffled.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the gig. You want to muffle that. They don't understand it. No.
I don't think they ever will. I think it's only like a battle we're going to have.
It is. No, but
we're going to lose it.
Sylvangi, who's done this show many a time. Sylvangi is a bad chewer. Brandon.
Oof.
Bad. But like I said, if you bring it to his attention, he stops. It's done. And that's
what time, or like just for that, like swallow? He's
almost comes to my house now, and he's almost a non-chewer, which is amazing. Which brings in my theory, like you say, if you're just aware of what you're doing, you'll do it. You'll just say, hey.
It's worth a shot.
It's worth the shot. It is worth the shot, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what.
Speak up.
That's what we're trying to hear. That's why. You know, we thought this is our campaign. It's Speak Up, America, and...
Chew with your mouth closed.
Chew with your mouth closed, yeah. Stop snapping the gum 50,000 times. It's helpful.
Pretty much.
To a lot of people. Even, like, Seinfeld did a thing on it where Elaine, like, she's on the plane, and she's sitting there, and you just see the old lady next to her, and she's, like, chewing her gum like a mile a minute or whatever, and she looks over and she goes, that's helpful. Anybody can relate to that. It's just that's exactly what it is. It's one of those things. It's a little annoyance that you're like, oh my God, why?
That's what we need. We need a good popular TV show to do a segment on it, and I think more people would be aware of it.
That's exactly what we need. We just have to kind of put one out there, or maybe.
Seinfeld, I mean, they touched on it, but it wasn't like all about chewing.
No, they should have had a whole episode, and they could do a whole episode on a Chinese restaurant trying to get in, stuff like that. Then they could do a whole episode on chewing, and I think that was what's important to us, because, it's not just one of those things that you need to address. I don't know how many times you have to say it.
I don't know.
It's tough. But, like I said, throughout, if you can tell somebody about it, they are more aware of it, and they stop doing it, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
It's very nice. Everybody else likes it, too. It's funny, but you have to be the trailblazer. You have to be the pioneer of this whole thing, because nobody else is doing it, Oh, they'll tell you about this. They want this, and they want that. But, it's just a simple little thing. It's like, and I never knew somebody's mouth. I mean, I know snakes can detach their jaws and actually, create this, but I didn't know humans could, because at some point I'm like, wow, this person should be at the darn fair or something in a tent.
On the freak show tent?
Yeah. I'd pay a nickel to go see that up close in a tent, to see somebody detach their jaw. What is going on? Snake Man over here.
I would approve of the chomping and the slapping of the gums.
Yeah.
To see that. It's probably the only time I let it slide.
That would be it. Mm-hmm. But I think they should muffle the sound. I think you'd have the music in the background.
Even
or whatever.
then.
Yeah, because it would be toned down. And that's exactly. But it's amazing. I think that's one of those things that, I don't know. It's like a person going into the bathroom and not washing their hands before they prepare your food. Are you going to eat it? No. Exactly. You're
I
not
hate
going
when
to
you
do
go
that.
to a restaurant and you see like a waitress come in and they don't wash their hands.
Never.
Like, I'm in here, you can at least pretend.
Just,
Do like a little fake, like at least hit the faucet.
Yeah, or pretend you got
Make me feel better.
Pretend you got that Perel or whatever on there, you know, like, hey,
just rub your hands or something, like air dry
give me
'em.
something. Yeah, exactly. You know,
give me a little comfort, because now I can't eat there.
Exactly, you can't eat there because you're, you know, it's just totally, it's the wrong thing. And I know there's a lot of things in restaurants too that they say that we don't see behind the scenes. I'm sure there is, but
I don't want to know.
If you don't know,
ruin, like,
it doesn't hurt you.
Right.
And that's exactly. But chewing hurts you because you know.
You're aware.
Yeah. Not only your sight, your hearing, it's bad. It's bad because it, you know, when it brings in multiple senses, that's when it's a problem. That's when you really get the issue, you know, because it's like one thing you hear it and you're like, I could drown that out, and you just sit there and you pretend and you try to pray and you're like, oh, God.
And then when you identify the person that's doing it, I feel like it gets louder.
And you know what the worst thing in the movie theater is that I just thought? The worst thing in the movie theater is these people that chew on their popcorn. They always have the biggest bucket. They could never have the kid-sized bucket. Yeah, never.
Well, because they get you. They're like, oh, it's 25 cents to
to upgrade it. Yeah.
Right. So who follows? 25 cents for more popcorn?
Oh,
I'd do it.
Please. Yeah. I'll chew all night. That's what it is. I mean, you just hope that it's like an action film or something like that, that the sound is just so overwhelming that you can't hear anything.
I hate when it's silent and all you hear are people in their food.
Yeah.
That drives me nuts.
Yeah. That's the real horror movie.
It sounds like static because there's just so much noise.
That's what I mean. It's all over the place. And you get that in horror movies more because they try to tone down the music for a second and then give you that real high, and it's like you're sitting there and you're like, this is the scariest thing in the movie right now. You're not even watching theater. You're just watching arms go in. You just see elbows, and you're like, oh, no.
Oh, no. Or you just hear it. You know it's coming.
Oh, it's god-awful. How's Matt in the movie theater?
He's okay.
Is he okay? He's better that way?
Yeah. I think 'cause he's occupied.
That's what it is.
I don't know. Or he, like, puts the popcorn, like, right in his mouth because he's, like, so close.
See, that's it. It's the single kernel. It's not...
Like when you pop it in? That's bad. That's
bad. Or you have the
fist.
Yes, they put like a handful in there, and they pretend they're Bane from Batman, and they're just like.
I feel like they chew their mouth closed when that happens, though, because you have so much, you got to keep it in.
Oh no!
So I'd almost no.
Oh no! I will bring you with one of my friends. I will bring you to the theater, and you'll witness this, and you'll say, "What the hell is going on here?" You're like, "Wow, this is crazy." You would think
I would think that would be better because they can't keep their mouth open.
Seemingly, for the most part. But this one is different. No. And it's funny because that's just, I don't know. That one we'll have to, yeah. I'll take video of it, or you can come with us one of these nights and
I'm sure
witness
they have a
the horror.
YouTube of it somewhere I could send you.
No, I'm good with those. I'm now monitoring everything. If it has an attachment to it, I'm not opening it. I'm going to be like, oh.
That was the best attachment.
That really was. Because that went... And it wasn't even like it kind of gave you any hint towards what was coming.
But I think the title of it was like something like Beautiful Sounds.
Yeah, that's what it was totally off. I was like, what's she sending me this for? This is weird, but okay. I was thinking maybe it was like something to do with football or something to do with anything. I didn't even know.
And they didn't even have a picture. Thank God, because that would have been even worse.
It was, yeah.
It was just black screen with chomping of an apple.
But I think later on they had that little like meter that showed the degree of how bad it was getting.
That long.
Nah, I couldn't take it. I tried to. Well, I wanted to see where it was going with it, but maybe that's why it kind of got to me a little more than you, because I said there has to be something towards this. What is it? You know, they have to have a microphone in front of them. There had to be something.
I mean, they had to like be chewing in the microphone. I hope.
But it amplified it. It like I don't know. I was like, is this Godzilla? I mean, what is going on here? Who could do that? But there are.
Oh, man.
There are. Yeah, go to Lyman's. You'll see it. Yeah, you could be 3 rows down. What the heck is going on? That must be a Macintosh. You could almost sometimes tell the apple.
That's an apple crisp.
Yeah, exactly. You could tell what's going on. You could almost tell what's being eaten. It's true. It's true. You can't even make that stuff up. It's brutal. No. Or fork scraping on the plate. It's a big one, too.
Or like on the teeth. Like, come on. There's no need for that.
Oh, that's got to be bad.
It's bad for your teeth.
Bad for everything. There isn't anything positive about that. What is positive about doing that? There's nothing.
I don't know.
No.
Or even like hearing people cut. That bothers me. Like sometimes they go to town cutting on the plate.
Oh, God, yeah. They're scraping it and all that stuff.
Yeah, there's no need for that.
No,
or when people take a bite and they reposition their food and they take another bite and reposition their food. Like, what's the point of that?
Yeah.
Can you just eat it?
I don't know. Mine's always been, I kind of do, like, just the regular plate. Like,
I mean, you can rearrange it. Like, you don't have to rearrange after every bite.
No, but, I mean, I just think it's a simple way. If you have a simple pattern, it's a nice boom, 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 done.
Right, you need a system.
Yes, exactly. It's like anything. You know, you get your kids in a system when they're growing up. Bedtime now, bath time here, homework here, all that stuff.
You need a system with eating.
It's very eating. It's true. Eating needs a system.
Mm-hmm.
So this part of the show, this is when the screen goes red on us.
Huh.
This is called the boiling point. So what we're going to talk about tonight would be patriotism. And that's gone, too, by the wayside a lot, because we kind of lost our way in, you know, this world lately. Probably because of chewing. Started it, you know, way back when.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, going down, and I think Obama has a lot to do with this, because nobody has any faith in anything or any of the government now or anything we're doing. And it's been crazy. So we're trying to get back to the basics almost in America. Try to do the right thing. Guys should open doors, treat women like women, not beat them like Ray Rice, and then say, hey, this is, she asked for it or whatever. I can't believe that. I mean, who would ever do that? I just can't. We
like lost our core values that make us America.
We really have. All that stuff has gone, it's gone. It really has. And, you know, everybody's mad because you can't call Christmas Christmas anymore.
I mean, that's ridiculous. You can't play dodgeball in school anymore?
I know.
You can't play tag?
Everybody loved dodgeball, you know. Dodgeball to me wasn't always knock the easy guy out. It was actually defend who you had to defend. So it was actually strategy towards it all. And, you know, we can't play dodgeball like you say anymore. I don't even know.
I don't think they're allowed to tie games now. You can't go into overtime because they don't want kids to feel bad that they're losing, that they like lost.
That's terrible. I know in baseball they try not to play, you know, oh, we're not going to take score, but the kids know score. I mean, that's how stupid we are. I'm like, oh, yeah, you know, well, they ran around the home plate about 8 times, so it's 8-2 right now. We're getting killed, but Coach said we tied. Yeah, that's
just making kids soft, and then you get into high school, and then you're even softer.
Exactly, because all your life you've been told that it's okay to, you know, have a defeat. I think in one way is that you learn to take a defeat and build yourself up and go from there. And I think that's what's important, but we've kind of lost that in this world. It's crazy, but we're not doing that anymore with kids. We just say, well, you know, it's okay, it's all right, yeah. No, you better yourself. You know, we were always taught.
You're not going to have any strive to be better at anything.
No, that's exactly. We, you know, as kids, we would grow up, we'd be in the in baseball, and if we didn't play, we worked harder to get that position, or maybe we were in the outfield and we wanted to play shortstop or something like that. Well, you had to practice. You had to do better. You had to do these things to, you know, to keep yourself going. But it's not bad.
It's not like that anymore.
None. Nothing like that. And like you say, you're 28, and you've seen such a difference in 10 years of where it's gone and where it's going, and that's what's sad about it. So hopefully, you know, we can kind of work on a lot of our core values and just bring them back into the play here and say, hey, this is what we should do and this is where we should be going with that. But
need a better leader.
Need a better leader out there. Yeah, our leader's soft. He's soft. He had the latte salute, I think they called it yesterday. Came out of the helicopter with the Dunkin' Donuts and gave the guy like the, I was like, oh, great. Who
has time? Like, what? The president shouldn't have time to do that.
He shouldn't have time to do that. No. That's terrible. But, well, we're winding down for tonight's show. Again, if you guys want to email me, you can go to williamjgannon.com. That's williamjgannon.com. You know, if you're looking to get anybody on the show or if you want somebody to come back on, of course I'll want you on because, you know, she's a great guest. But anyway, we'd like to thank you again for coming on.
No problem.
It's been a great show. And we'll see everybody next week. You guys have a great weekend. Thank you.